Art is subjective. Anything and anyone can be considered art, leading to a position where a society begins to question, what truly is art? Art can range in style from Impressionism to Surrealism, each one ranging in the emotions and themes displayed. Among these is abstract art, in which shapes, designs, composition, and colors influence the viewer's interpretation of a story that isn't obviously there. This undoubtedly peculiar style of art has no definite creation period or location, but the popularization can be traced back to the Industrial Revolution. J.M.W. Turner and James Abbott McNeill Whistler are at the head of those famous names that brought abstract art to the center stage. However, the issue with this style of art is its seemingly simplistic in creation. This simplicity gave the general public the impression that anyone can throw paint onto a canvas and become rich. So why haven't we? What is stopping the everyday citizen from achieving the status of a millionaire? And does the popularization of this obscure form of art endanger the traditional practices? In the video to come, we search for the answers to these questions, and continue to study this abstract affluence. Our excursion begins with our main goal, to have more perspectives and opinions to help have a better distinction of traditional and abstract art. We start off by asking local art students from North Torrance High School. Their opinions show their unique view of the world of art, in which most of them have varying levels of experience in. Here are their opinions.
I barely visit any art galleries.
I actually do.
Not as often as I'd like to.
Rarely, like ever.
Honestly, I've never been to an art gallery, but I've been to a few museums and they're really cool.
Like probably twice a year.
It's like a self-expression.
Whether it's like visual art or performing art.
Anything that allows you to express yourself.
Like for example, dance,
Paintings.
drawings.
To be honest, anything a person creates, if they create it, it's art.
There's something in it that you look at it and you can see value or understanding from it.
I do.
Yes.
Not really.
I like looking at it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Like even if I do it rarely, like it's still like a good thing to do.
Because it gives me more ideas to what I can do.
Just browsing the internet, seeing like old art, and if I can't go to a museum, and, like looking at like stuff people have done.
I think it's very different.
Something that stands out.
Very colorful and random.
Just feeling like whatever you feel like putting on the paper with paint or like anything, just colors, kind of just like.
A painting that it looks random.
It's art that kind of like makes you think.
And it doesn't have something that you can tie down like a flower or something. So it can be a shape, but it means something.
It's cool.
If you're not good at like realism or anything, you can like totally start with abstract art.
I mean, I think it's cool. It's not for everybody, but I enjoy it.
I think it's cool. I think it's also like technical, and if you know how to do it, it's you're kind of blessed.
I don't know how to make it myself because I don't get how to make meaning in abstractness, but it's very interesting to look at.
Yeah.
I probably can.
With great difficulty.
Yes.
Of course.
I think anyone can create abstract art.
I think it seems pretty easy.
I feel like it went from kind of like more relatable into something that some people, like normal people look at and be like, what?
I'll say today it's a little bit more careless.
I think now it's more trendy.
It's changing very much. It's going from one perspective to the other.
And I feel like it's kind of similar to if someone were like to do it today.
So as time goes by, people are going to make art about different things.
I believe in some parts, yes.
Probably, yeah.
But I think the traditional art will always exist.
No, I feel like there's still a lot of other styles.
Nah, I think the Mona Lisa is always gonna be like appreciated way more than everything else.
No, because that is a classic.
I don't think so.
Because that's like the foundation of everything.
No, I think history will always have its time, but it's just abstract is just like an expand of art. It's just art is going to get more and more different.
Like today, like you can still totally go traditional, but I think there's just a lot more self-expression in abstract, and I feel like that's what people are leaning towards.
And so, taken from the art students, we know that abstract art is random, seemingly simplistic, yet hard to pinpoint, and a good place to begin it. Let's now take off to an abstract art expert, Miss Jody. She's an artist with many influences in her work, one of which is abstract art. We ask her the same questions as the students.
I visit every week. I'm out and about in my studio, drawing and painting 6 to 15 hours at a time. And when I'm doing the 15-hour one and I'm in the zone, I'm not going to go out, obviously. And I have to make choices, which is always really hard when you're in a vast, stimulating art community. That extends from my experiences, my memories, my present-day situations, and these experiences come out of living life daily, being a part of life. You can't be an artist without really having a full life. The definition for me of art is when the viewer can connect to the work and through their own experience. So at any painting I look at is a reflection, it's a record of where I've been at that time. I can go, wow, my son was 8 at that time and we were hiking a lot and we were doing stuff. This is a great memory. It's not just me that I'm painting about. I'm painting about people I see on the metro or at art shows. I've done paintings about the art scene and people in the art scene and create something that is powerful enough to bring the viewer to examine and re-examine their meanings in their life. I love doing art. I love watching people do art, but I love the art process more than the finished product. The act of doing, it's very zen. It's a discipline that puts me right with the world. The longest session I ever had was 25 hours. I didn't literally forgot about sleeping. I was just doing and doing. The process of doing helps define you. If you can let go of craving what other people are doing or going on social media or wanting things, and you totally don't want anything and don't want to be like anyone else, you can make art. You're free to make art. I think abstraction is where you take an idea that's concrete and you break it apart, the individual parts, to reconstruct into a new dimension of thinking. So abstraction can take you away from the reality of what you're dealing with. You know, it might be relaxing for someone, it might be very disturbing for someone else. Even more and more with contemporary portraits or contemporary figuratism, abstraction has become more predominant. I don't know. I don't have any beliefs about what I do. Mm-hmm. I'm a doodler. I'm a sketcher. I'm a drawing-informed painter. I love paint. I love color mixing. Mine comes from a stream of consciousness. I don't make a composition ever. I'm self-taught. So, you know, I did get a degree 10 years after my practice. I got a little BA degree. I thought it'd be chic. And people will say to me, oh, look at this abstraction here and this and that. I have no intentions when I touch the board or the canvas. I just start drawing right on it. I don't transfer things. I don't go by the rules at all. So I'm very abstract in the way I create art, because in abstraction, you don't think about beforehand many times. You don't scope it out. You just start doing. And in a way, there is a big part of me that is abstract because I don't predetermine my composition. The change is a very subtle, slow change. Even though abstraction, you might think it's going away from meaning, there is a lot of meaning in abstraction. It's the moods of the times. So of course, abstraction is always going to change. It's not a matter of getting better or worse. It is a constant journey. I don't think you can classify it as stronger or weaker. I think it's just an important element. I remember someone telling me that. They said, you're not concerned about trends. I said, not at all. I just do whatever I want. And whatever series happens, it happens because it's on my mind. Not at all. Not at all. You cannot replace a Mona Lisa. You cannot replace Titian. You cannot replace Hieronymus Bosch. These are people that have made their mark. You can't replace classical. You can't. These are important elements. To replace them would be a shame. Art history is extremely important for all artists at all times. And the beauty of the works from the classics can never be replaced. They're a gem. There's a well-known artist, and he takes past art paintings and he draws into them. That's a reappropriation of older art into your new art. It is constantly coming up. Landmark things, old art, history. That's the importance of art, is to have that history and to just examine it. Art is a roadmap. Art is what we leave behind when we leave. And hopefully we are leaving some kind of message, or we're leaving some kind of hope for something better.
So now we know abstract can mean many things. Odd, disturbing, scary, beautiful, striking, all bring out emotions and opinions like any other art. Abstract art won't necessarily take over the art community, but it will be more dominant. Now we know art is not as rudimentary as it sometimes seems. Interpretation is all art really is.